Hi everyone, Harrison here from LED Torch Shop, here today with the AceBeam P18 Defender. Now this is a 5000 lumen light, fully rechargeable. Just look how compact that thing is. Some really cool features about it, but before I get into it, I'll show you again the pack and then we can dive straight into everything wonderful about the P18. Da-da-da-da. First of all, comes in some nice packaging from AceBeam, very typical packaging. Really like AceBeam packaging because when you open it up, has sort of some quick start guide on your torch, charging, transit tab removal, and battery sort of configuration. So that's great, but jumping straight into what you get. So it is a rechargeable light and does come with a 21700 battery. Get into that in a little bit, but you get your charging cable USB-C to USB-A, a couple spare O-rings. You get your sort of warranty card and the all-important user manual. Now, as always, a lot to unpack with these lights, and I know I'm not going to cover it all, especially with some of the AceBeams, so definitely worth a read on this. There's three sort of output modes. You've got a daily mode, a tactical one, and a tactical two. So definitely worth reading on how to sort of interchange through them, which ones you like better. But again, read that user manual and you will have no dramas with your light. Straight onto the light though. As I said, comes included with a 21700 battery. Remove that transit tab there, so 5100 milliamps. Sort of seems a max they're able to do out of the 21700s now. A lot of AceBeams come with the 21700 with the USB-C port integrated into the battery. This one's got it integrated into the torch, which is great. I don't mind it either way, but a lot of people like it with it integrated into the torch. Sort of makes sense. They don't want to be taking their battery in and out. But so if you're one of those people, this one's up your alley. Just have to unscrew this top sort of ring here, and it's got the directions sort of on there as well. So you just unscrew that. That ring will pop down, and it'll reveal a nice little charging port there. And waterproof rating on this is IP68 rating, so 2 meters submersible for around 30 minutes. It's also 1.5 meter drop resistant. Now, it's got sort of a tactical switch on the back there that you can see. So you got a little toggle there to toggle through the modes, your on off, and you toggle through the modes. So very similar to sort of a lot of other tactical switches. I like how prominent the sort of button is for the on off. I really like it when they're sort of up, very prominent, so thumb can find it quite easily. You've got a reversible pocket clip here. Can take it off if you don't want it as well, or if you want some sort of mounting system and put this somewhere. Does have a smooth reflector here, running on 4 luminous SFT 40 LEDs, maximum 5000 lumens output. They're sort of de-domed. It creates a really nice beam pattern, I find. And look how compact that thing is for a 5000 lumen light with a fully protected cell 21700. It's just awesome, and integrated charging as well. So AceBeam just made a really fantastic light. They've got this one in a couple different configurations, but the P18 Defender 5000 lumens I think's the winner. It's just hits a nice sweet spot, perfect size, got a big enough head but not too big, and able to just output a massive amount of light and really good beam pattern with the smooth reflector and de-dome chips in there. So as I was saying, maximum 5000 lumens, but it can get about 630 meters, just purely because it's not super deep set, those LEDs in there. Quite a not super shallow, like definitely going to get that sort of light out there, but yeah, not a crazy distance, but general purpose, I think this thing is absolutely a winner. I like the tactical switch at the back, no front switch. It doesn't really affect me all that much. I don't mind clicking it on and changing through the modes like that. Don't necessarily hold my torch too much like this, so that's fine. But even if you are, doesn't take much to sort of grab that other hand and cycle through the modes. Overall dimensions though, like I said, it's nice and compact. So it's about 14-15 centimeters long. You're looking at about 5 centimeters head diameter, and about 2.5 centimeters sort of around the body. So very typical body size for a 21700. And the head is just super compact. Really nice bezel, good color and everything. Like taking it from their L19 with the sort of bezel color, and yeah, it's just AceBeam just make a really nice looking torch, I find anyway. Got a little bit of heat sink here, not too much, probably just enough for this light. It will get quite warm, but cycling that down, you're going to have no dramas with sort of run times and everything. So like I mentioned before, it's got 3 output modes or settings, I suppose. You can have it in your daily mode, and that comes with 6 settings. So you've got your ultra low, low, medium, high, turbo, and a strobe function. Now, if you turn it over to Tactical 1, Tactical 1 has just got your low, medium, high, turbo, and strobe. So it just takes out that ultra low if you didn't want that. And then your Tactical 2 is just a purely tactical light. So it's got ultra low, low, high, and that's it. I've got it set in so that daily mode, and I find it actually really, really good in that daily mode. I like the ultra low. I find a lot of uses for it, especially when I'm sort of out and about and I don't really want to ruin that night vision, or something's really close and you can see that ultra low coming on there. And that's with the toggle switch at the back, just momentary on. Yeah, I just find it super useful, especially when it's in the winter months, sort of coming more and more, just darker and darker at night. And yeah, I find it just great, and the extra mode as well. So getting on to outputs and runtimes, I will just have it for the daily mode. So it's got all the modes you can check out on our site with the link below to the other modes and their runtimes, but we'll stick with the sort of daily mode. Like I mentioned before, you got your low mode or ultra low mode, 1 lumen for 22 days. Yeah, sort of time frames are relevant with that thing, I reckon. Low mode though is 100 lumens, and you're going to get about 1.5 days runtime, it's saying. 100 lumens, yeah, more than enough light to sort of do everything, like I always say. I think those are ultra low, low and medium modes are often overlooked, but I reckon it's where you find your light sort of spending 80% of its time, especially if it's sort of an everyday light. I think the lower modes are really where sort of some of these high output torches really excel. Medium mode steps up to 580 lumens, and that's drops down to sort of that 100 lumen mark, but it's going to give you about 5.5 hours runtime. High mode, 2200 lumens, drops down to sort of that 1300, and then down to 580, and then down to 100 lumens. So steps down over time, and that's going to give you about 9 minutes on that high mode, and then it's going to drop down for the next 2 hours, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and so forth. So if those numbers sort of don't make sense, it will, when you sort of start using the light, it sort of will drop down, especially that voltage isn't up. But I mean, like I said, those high modes, 9 minutes on a high turbo mode sort of thing is a long time. That's why those medium modes are just awesome. Turbo, 5,000 lumens, then going to drop down to that 1,300 lumens, 580 lumens, 100 lumens, but you're going to get about minute runtime, and then plus sort of another 2 hours plus after that. So tons of functionality with this little light, and I think general purpose spotlighting. If you've got a little bit of land, or you're sort of hiking and things like that, this little torch is going to find its way into a pack or your car, or just general purpose on a windowsill ready to grab. I think this one's a perfect addition to sort of someone that's in the need for a general purpose light that can also shine a long way. And the tactical switch, I really like it. Yeah, I don't mind that it doesn't have sort of a front switch or anything like that. I'm a big fan of those tactical switches. So if you're interested in grabbing yourself one of the P18 Defenders from AceBeam, I'll drop a link below where you can check out this torch, also the whole AceBeam range. Really quality products, definitely worth grabbing this one or one of them. You're going to have years and years of use out of them, especially with torches like this. You can just replace the battery sort of a couple of years down the track when you're not getting as much runtime, or it's sort of end of life. You can just replace that battery, and your torch is going to give you many more years sort of use out of it. But thanks for watching this one. Please feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out, and I'll catch you on the next one.